Look at your box score, 28-15 is your final, and you look at Rodgers' numbers, 23 of 27 for 224 and 2 touchdowns, efficient in the compiling of numbers and the way they ran this offense on Monday night. Back in studio with the Steeler alumni, Bryant McFadden, America's running back Emory Hunt joining the conversation as well. And fellas, we start right there with the performance of Aaron Rodgers. Had a great game a week ago, has another productive one here tonight. It looked like Miami was in the giving mood, but really dictated terms early on of the way they wanted to go about the offense.
I mean, just the pinpoint accuracy that we saw from Aaron Rodgers was felt from start to finish. He completed around 85% of his passes. I mean, that's almost perfection. And just the decision-making, he was always one step ahead of the Miami Dolphins defensively. And that's what we're seeing. I can tell you this much, viewers. He is healthy. It seems like he's fully removed from the injury to his hand that he sustained weeks ago. And he's now in a more comfortable vibe in terms of how he's distributing the football. And most importantly, putting the football in the open window for his pass catchers to be able to do what they've done. So this was a great master class of just showcasing his experience and understanding and knowing that, man, the above the shoulder game is still there for me, and I'm still very, very elite when it comes to that area.
Pre-snap stuff, finding the hot when blitz came and getting out of run. Emory, this wasn't maybe the vertical attack that opens eyes and wows, but that's not who this team is. We saw a couple hole shots a week ago capable of doing that, but what did you make of the offensive game plan here tonight? It really felt like Pittsburgh was ready to take whatever Miami was willing to give.
Right, and because of that, they had the balance that was necessary. They had 8 rushing first downs, so that tells you they were able to stay ahead of the sticks by running the football. And so when you look at what they did, throwing the football, I love the fact that Aaron Rodgers wasn't married to DK Metcalf. He got everybody involved. Everybody got a touch. If you were open, you got the football. And then when you combine that with Kenneth Gainwell, who is one of the more underrated running backs in the league, and he's a tri-level threat. You talk about running, receiving, and also blocking. They had everything working for them. Patchwork offensive line, moving some pieces around, but I love the fact that they weren't married to one particular guy. It was like, hey, if the pass is there, we're going to do it. The run is there, we're going to lean on that, and that's how they got the success they had tonight.
The Steelers now a 23-game home winning streak on Monday Night Football. Have not lost at home on a Monday night since 1991. It's been 30-some odd years as that beat goes on. Something that changed here tonight, Mac, I want to take you to the defense, is the fact that they got the job done without T.J. Watt. Just their second victory since 2017 without T.J. Watt. This is a Miami team that didn't barely sniff the offense through 3 quarters. Now they find a couple late touchdowns to Darren Waller in the end zone. We could talk about the finish if you want to, but I want you to talk to me about the first 3 quarters. What did you see defensively? What made them effective?
First and foremost,
3rd quarter, and then bang, Steelers blew these guys out. And a credit to Mike Tomlin. We talked about him in the pregame show, how he's facing, all kind of drama coming from the outside in his 19th season. And this looked like a dominant Steeler win, and a very good one, too, because it was well balanced.
As if nothing wasn't bad enough. Emory Hunt says it, negative 20 yards for this Dolphins offense in the 3rd quarter. And it was worse than nothing because it looked like a nothing effort in this game.
Yes.
Whether it be correlation or causation, we now have another data point for Tua Tagovailoa, this Miami team in sub-40-degree weather. Do you point to the weather at all as being a factor in their disinterest, for lack of a better term?
It felt like they were a game until they went into halftime and got warm.
They felt that warm?
Exactly. Came back outside. It was like, yeah,
this heat is nice.
This a wrap. We got to get back on that plane. And you saw the effort, the lack of effort on defense outside of Jordan Brooks. I thought Jordan Brooks was the only one that really was playing like he wanted to win this ball game defensively. On the touchdown run with Jonnu Smith, the safety is right there in the alley to make the play. And he lays out fair, just like, I'm good, Olay, and then just boom, touchdown. So, and with Tua, how many times we were watching the game, we were like, just throw the ball away. Yeah. Just throw it away. He was taking sacks instead of just getting rid of the football and putting his offense in a backed-up situation. And then, to your point, they got away from Achane, which was so bizarre because they had some success early in running him and getting him out on screens. And then once they got down, they started to get cold, and then guys started to slowly take their foot off the gas until it was garbage time.
14 straight losses, 40 or below weather. Tua is 0-6 in 40 and below.
Where do we play the playoffs? Every single year, outside somewhere cold. If you want to be a playoff
If you
caliber
don't get
team,
home field advantage.
and when are we going to see Miami as a 1 seed? This version of them, they are a long way away from representing a 1 seed.
You remember what I said during the pregame show? And like I said, if you're not watching us during the pregame show, you're missing a treat. Stop messing your blessing, all right? Stop missing your blessing. But I talked about, we saw them during Saturday practice in the snow with shorts on, trying to make it feel like it's not that cold. We saw them during pregame warm-up before the game tonight, short sleeve shirts and things like that. And I said, it's different.
Yeah.
Because when you get out there and you're in the midst, you talked about the difference that we saw in the first half and the second half, well, it got colder in the second half.
Yeah.
It got colder. Mm-hmm. And your mind is like, it ain't that cold, but it is, because you're coming from South Florida. And I remember I said the game is only like 2 hours. You get a chance to fly back. Mm-hmm. So you never get acclimated to this environment, and the hits, they feel different in that type of temperature. And the best thing they could have done, to your point, feed Devon Achane, Jalen Wright, Gordon. Get those guys going so you can be in manageable third down situations where you're not 2 for 8 in third down opportunities. And they converted the last first down, which gave them 2, in the very last drive when it was like 40 seconds. So technically they 1 for 7 the entire ball game. They converted 1 third down.
And it was a manageable game scenario. You didn't have to get away from
You did not. They forced the running game. I mean, the passing game. They became one-dimensional by force. So it didn't make any sense. But to your point, playoff football, especially in the AFC, when you look at their division, if you're Miami, if you have any aspirations to have a deep playoff run, you got to find a way to get mentally tough to be able to go into these environments and come out victorious. Because for half, Pittsburgh didn't do anything to win this ball game. It's about what they did in the second half and say, you know what, this is our type of weather. We got them where we want them, and let's take advantage of them. And that's what we saw. And I guess from the reality side of things, have you ever seen dolphins swim in cold water?
I have not.
So I guess they don't do well.
Weather mammal.
Yeah, and the same can be said for the team. The same can be said for the team. Long story short, anytime they play in cold weather, take whoever they're playing. Yeah. It doesn't matter. And okay, the Jets last week, it wasn't 40 below. It was
41, 42.
Yeah. That's short.
Rainy East Rutherford.
Yeah, but it ain't the same.
To your point, rainy East Rutherford,
rainy
Foxborough, Buffalo.
Yeah, you got to win 3
gonna
games.
Get cold weather games late in the season. Maybe realignment is.
I was about to say, I would expect them to lead the charge for realignment in these owners' meetings, because that's 3 games they got to win on the road.
Well, I'll tell you this: they got plenty of time to mull it over, because Miami mathematically eliminated from playoff contention with this loss on Monday night. That's it, and that's all for Week 15 as we take a look at most consecutive seasons without a losing record. Now, they can go above 500 with 1 more win over the last 3, but guaranteeing a non-losing record?
All right, look at this, man. What are we talking about?
Okay, but do you want to do it right now?
No.
What's that worth?
It's just
an opportunity to be mad again.
You're not mad.
We're going to take a look at your playoff picture shortly here on CBS Sports HQ. Straight ahead on the other side, Mike Tomlin and the gang getting the job done